Today we turn the working Chapter 14 graybox into the authored presentation of Glimmergrove. First, bond. You will choose one of 4 original wayfinders. Understand who you control before free movement. Walk with alternating feet and counter swinging arms. See residents patrol and stop for conversation. Bond with illustrated companions. Hear music change by context and use a focused adventure HUD. This is not a speed run through finished files. We will perform one visible Godot action at a time. Explain why it belongs there. Predict what should happen, test it, and stop at safe recovery points. This workshop teaches 5 reusable skills. First, place art behind gameplay without making an image responsible for collision. Second, describe player appearances as data instead of character name branches. Third, read and test a real walk cycle. Fourth, reuse one NPC scene for patrol and interaction. Fifth, call audio and HUD functions by meaning. We are not generating every asset live, teaching image generation software, or redesigning battle rules. Starting and finished downloads are below so standalone viewers can follow the exact same path. Close Godot. In File Explorer, duplicate Glimmergrove _ch14 extension. Rename the copy Glimmergrove _ch15 original art. Open project.godot from the copy in Godot 4.7.1 stable and confirm compatibility in the upright renderer menu. Do not decorate your only working checkpoint. If your screen does not show Fern Wake after pressing F6 or F5, stop and recover Chapter 14 before continuing. Press F6 or use the Play Scene button. Walk to the pond and confirm it blocks you. Enter and leave the home and bond house. Approach a resident, then step away until the prompt clears. Travel to Moss Mere and back. Complete one battle. Save, stop the game, and choose continue. Write any failure down. A painted pond cannot repair water collision, and a portrait cannot repair an interaction target that remains active across maps. Our prediction is simple. The gray box is unattractive, but every rule already works. We need 3 terms. A key pose is one body position that clearly communicates part of an action, such as a left foot contact. An anchor is a reference point that should stay consistent across frames, usually the ground under the feet and the center of the head. A semantic call asks for meaning, such as play battle music, instead of naming an audio file. We will point to all 3 on screen before asking you to use them. In Godot's FileSystem doc, expand // and assets. Right-click Assets, choose New Folder, and Create Generated. Inside it, create source, actors, and creatures. Inside creatures, create animations. Add prompts.md and provenance.md beside those folders. Source keeps selected originals. The other folders keep game-ready derivatives. The 2 markdown files record how each asset was made and why it was accepted. Do not put temporary generations, account details, or secret tokens in the Godot project. Write 2 short lists before generating or selecting art. The visual brief says handcrafted storybook shapes, warm gouache texture, paper cut depth, moss green, deep teal, ochre, and small coral accents. The rejection brief says no capture device, no familiar mascot silhouette, no franchise interface language, no generated title text, no watermark, and no imitation of a named artist. A result can be beautiful and still be wrong. Record rejected directions too. They prevent the next batch from repeating the same mistake. We will integrate Fern Wake first. In the FileSystem doc, open Scenes, World, starter_village.tscn in the Scene doc. Select the background sprite 2D node under World Map. In the inspector, find Texture. Drag fernwake_playable_environment.png from Assets. Generated, source into that field. Keep the background behind collision, actors, doorways, and UI. Press Ctrl S, then F6. Prediction. The village should look authored, but the pond, fences, doors, and map edges should behave exactly as before. Review this one map in 3 passes. Navigation asks whether you can read paths and boundaries. Life asks whether motion prevents a frozen postcard. Truth asks whether collision, prompts, labels, and objectives agree with the painting. For now, run navigation and truth. Walk every visible edge. If the art shows grass where collision blocks you, adjust the art placement or collision shape in the scene that owns it. Never make the background script move the player around an inaccurate image. Open scripts, data, creature_species.gd, add 2 optional exported texture 2D fields named portrait and animation_sheet. Do not remove display color. The image is presentation. The color remains a save fallback when a resource is incomplete. Save and wait for the inspector to refresh. Our prediction is that the project still runs even before any creature resource receives an image. This is graceful degradation. New presentation can be absent without breaking rules. In the FileSystem doc, open data, creatures, 01_bramblebud.tres in the inspector, find portrait. Drag bramblebud_portrait.png into it. Then assign bramblebud_animation_sheet.png to animation sheet. Press Ctrl S. Do not open the starter selection scene and hard code Bramblebud's file path into a card. The resource already owns Bramblebud's identity. Prediction: every screen that reads creature species can now show the same portrait without learning a Bramblebud specific rule. Test the success path and failure path. Run the game and inspect Bramblebud's starter card. Stop. Temporarily clear portrait in the resource and run again. The card should remain readable using its color fallback. Undo the clear with Ctrl-Z and save. This small test proves that presentation is optional data rather than a hidden requirement. If the card disappears or throws an error, repair the UI's null check before assigning the other portraits. Here is the identity flow. 4 player appearance resources hold names, portraits, walksheets, colors, and sort order. An appearance catalog finds them. The selection screen stores one stable ID in game session. The player asks the catalog for that definition and applies its walksheet. Save Schema 2 stores the ID and player name. Nothing asks whether the hero is Rowan, Amaya, June, or Elon. Before we type anything, predict the extension path. A 5th hero should require 1 resource and its art, not another branch in player. In the FileSystem doc, right-click scripts/data and choose new script. Name it player_appearance_definition.gd, set the base type to resource and choose create. Replace the template. Add class name PlayerAppearanceDefinition. Then exported ID, display name, multi-line short description, portrait, walksheet, primary color, accent color, and sort order fields. The finished download includes complete validation. For this follow along, confirm the script extends resource and does not contain _ready or _process. ID is the machine. Safe identity saved across versions. Display name is player, facing text. Short description helps a person choose. Portrait belongs on menus. Walksheet belongs in the world. Primary and accent colors support focus and fallback presentation. Sort order keeps cards stable when files load in a different order. This separation matters. A portrait should never be cropped into movement frames, and a display name should never become a save key. Right-click data and create the folder player_appearances. Inside it, right-click, choose new resource, search PlayerAppearanceDefinition, and create Rowan.tres. Fill every inspector field and assign Rowan's portrait and 6x4 walksheet. Repeat for Amaya, June, and Elon. Give them sort orders 10, 20, 30, and 40. Reopen each file after saving. Read the ID and display name. If 2 IDs match, the catalog cannot preserve 2 identities. Open scene/UI/wayfinder_select_screen.tscn from the finished checkpoint for reference, or build the same control scene. It contains a heading, plain, language instruction, player, name, line edit, 4 large card buttons, a description area, back, and continue. Use buttons rather than decorative panels so the entire visible card is clickable and keyboard focus is built in. Set focus neighbors left and right in the inspector. Run this scene alone. Tab and arrow through every card before touching the mouse. Click Kamaya. The outline, name, description, and continue action should all agree. Type Myra in the name field. Press Tab until continue is focused. Then enter. If clicking the portrait works but clicking empty space inside the card does not, the button does not cover the visible card. If the outline moves but the description does not, one state update path is missing. Accessible interaction means mouse, keyboard, focus, and visible feedback describe the same selection. Open script/game_session.gd. Schema 2 adds player_name and player_appearance_id. Schema 1 remains valid input and becomes Wayfinder plus Rowan. An unknown appearance ID rejects the complete save instead of silently changing a person's hero. New saves write Schema 2 through the same temporary file, backup, validation, and rollback path built earlier. Do not erase the old migration code just because your current save already uses Schema 2. Run validate_wayfinder_foundation.gd now. The test checks 4 valid resources: portraits, walksheet dimensions, stable ordering, mouse selection, keyboard focus, scheme 1 fallback, and scheme 2 persistence. Then launch, choose a non-default hero. Save, stop, and continue. Prediction: the same portrait, name, and world sprite return. If this fails, do not begin animation. Repair identity ownership while the problem is still small. A walk cycle is not 6 different pictures. Frame 0 plants the left foot while the right arm leads. Frame 1 settles weight. Frame 2 passes the right leg while the left arm moves forward. Frame 3 plants the right foot while the left arm leads. Frame 4 settles weight on that side. Frame 5 passes the left leg while the right arm moves forward. Contact foot changes, leg silhouette changes, arms oppose the legs, and the head and ground anchors stay steady. Open Amaya's walksheet in an image viewer and inspect only the right facing row. Draw or imagine one guide under the feet and one through the head center. Compare frames 0 and 3. Different feet must lead. Compare frames 2 and 5. Different legs must pass. Compare arm silhouettes across those same pairs. If the coat and hands move but both legs preserve the same relationship, reject the row. This is the fast feedback pattern. Approve 6 frames before generating or integrating the other 18. The sheet uses 6 columns and 4 rows. Row 0 faces down. Row 1 faces left. Row 2 faces right. Row 3 faces up. Left and right may mirror only after one side cycle passes, and the costume can mirror safely. Up and down need separate poses because face, shoulders, feet, and overlap change. Normalize transparent bounds around shared anchors before assembly. Do not fix a hopping cycle by slowing it down. Open scenes/actors/player.tscn. Select World Sprite. In the inspector, confirm H frames is 6 and frames is 4. Keep the sprite's visual offset above the character body origin while the collision shape remains the physics authority. Assigning a sheet here provides a scene fallback, but apply appearance will replace it from the selected resource. Press F6. Standing still should show one grounded idle frame, not a looping march. Open script/world/player.gd. The important sequence is movement input, velocity, move and slide. Then measure distance from the previous global position. Pass a 0 direction to animation when accepted distance is below the threshold. This means pushing into a wall does not play a full walking cycle while the character remains still. Distance-driven animation also keeps the feet closer to travel speed than a free running timer. Inside Update Walk Frame, choose the dominant facing axis. Down maps to row 0, left to 1, right to 2, and up to 3. Set sprite to D frame coordinates or calculate frame as row times 6 plus column. When movement stops, Reset the cycle to a clear idle column. Prediction. Changing direction updates the body orientation immediately, but frames advance only after the body actually moves. Run the game at 1152 by 648. Walk right for several steps. Stop, left, stop, down, stop, and up, stop. For each direction ask, did contact alternate? Did the passing leg change silhouette? Did arms counter or swing? Did the head stay steady? And did idle look grounded? Record the first failed question. Repair that source row, rebuild the sheet, and test again. Do not compensate with sprite bob, rotation, or hand wiggle. Run validate_animation_system.gd. It measures independent changes in left arm, left foot, and right foot regions for every wayfinder and resident. It also tests patrol stop and resume. That is useful evidence, but it cannot decide whether a stride feels natural. Automation catches identical or frozen regions. Your gameplay scale context strip judges weight, balance, and readability. We need both. Open one NPC resource, such as gardener_Marat.tres. Assign its portrait and 6x4 walk sheet. Keep patrol offsets and dialogue in the same reusable definition. Then open scenes/actors/npc.tscn and confirm it still has one shared world sprite, interaction area, and collision shape. Do not create gardener_Marat.tscn. Data should make the reusable actor look and speak differently. The shared NPC patrols between authored offsets. When dialogue begins, set its interaction state, stop movement, reset to idle, and face the speaker. When the panel closes, clear that state and resume from the current safe position rather than teleporting to the next waypoint. Run beside Mara. Begin dialogue. Close it, and watch one complete patrol segment. Prediction. Conversation interrupts presentation, not root ownership. Player interaction filters each candidate through 5 gates. The target is still valid, visible in the current tree, overlapping the detector, within the maximum distance, and in front of the player's facing direction. The closest passing candidate wins. Main clears nearby targets after every map replacement and spawn teleport. Test by approaching from behind, turning toward the resident, stepping away, and walking through a doorway. The prompt must appear and clear honestly. Add or inspect ambient life under each world map. It owns decorative water ripples, drifting motes, butterflies, leaf movement, and warm interior light. It never moves collision, grants flags, or writes saves. Toggle the node's visible property in the inspector while running the scene. The map should become calmer, not unplayable. Decorative movement is successful only when walkable space and interaction targets remain easier, not harder, to read. A polished village still fails if players do not know who they are. New journey follows title, wayfinder choice, prologue, player reveal, then Fern Wake control. Continue skips the prologue and restores the saved journey. During the intro, movement and HUD remain disabled. Page 1 establishes the promise. Page 2 names Keeper Sola and the Bond House. Page 3 shows the selected portrait. This is you. Movement controls, interaction control, and first waypoint. Pretend you cannot hear this tutorial. Start a new journey. By the time control begins, answer 4 questions from the game alone. Which character is mine? Where am I going? How do I move? And how do I interact? A temporary gold marker and the This Is You label identify the selected hero. The objective names Keeper Sola in the Bond House. Controls are visible once, then leave the playfield. If any answer requires prior series knowledge, repair the opening. Open scene/UI/adventure_HUD.tscn. Each card gets 1 job, current place, next waypoint, waymarks, active companion portrait, interaction prompt, and field shortcuts. Keep the playfield visible. Main calls methods like set location, set objective, set party summary, and present toast The HUD does not inspect flags or grant rewards. Party and save work in this checkpoint. Journal and menu are visible placeholders, so do not claim they are finished tools. Start a new journey. Choose any wayfinder, complete the Bond House conversation, and choose Rilfin. The low left companion card should replace its empty state with Rilfin's portrait and name. If the selection card has an image but the HUD does not, inspect the snapshot path to set party summary. Do not add an Rilfin file path to adventure HUD. Both screens should receive presentation from the same creature species data. The battle controller still resolves legal turns. Battle screen reads snapshots and event history, then presents anticipation, attack motion, floating resolve change, reaction, defeat, victory, and waymark celebration. Search battle screen for reward calculation. There should be none. Presentation may move a portrait and play in effect only after the controller reports the event. Run one turn and compare the number shown with the controller-owned resolve value. Open script/audio/audio_director.gd. Main asks to start music, play a map cue, play battle music, resume map music, or play a waymark sound. UI and battle scripts never know the release file name or crossfade math. Two music players crossfade on the music bus, while a bounded effect pool uses effects. This lets a future soundtrack replace files without editing every caller. Click once inside the game so a browser build can unlock audio. Listen at the title. Enter Fern Wake. Enter the Bond House. Begin battle. Finish it. And travel to Moss Mere. Each context should change smoothly, leaving battle returns to the current map queue instead of restarting an arbitrary file. If browser audio is silent, inspect the first user gesture unlock, imported files, and master plus music buses. Do not autoplay before the browser permits it. Open assets/audio/provenance.md and assets/generated/provenance.md. Each selected file record source, date, tool or author, transformation, intended use, hash, and owner review disposition. The Glimmergrove music is owner-authorized reuse from the Quarryling's workspace and documented in the audio manifest. A hash proves byte identity, not originality or universal legal clearance. Recheck authorization before a new distribution channel or derivative edition. If an AI assistant helps, do not ask it to make the game professional. Use 5 bounded passes. Integrate reviewed art without changing gameplay owners. Add date, a driven identity, and the guided opening. Integrate actor and creature sheets without editing tests. Run focus tests with no editable files. Finally, add ambient presentation, HUD, semantic audio, and battle feedback. Review each file list before the next pass. A beautiful final pass cannot excuse a broken walk cycle from pass 3. Run_all and the 13 focused validators listed in the finished project: animation, art integration, complete battle, content, extension, first companion, first minute, map loading, new move, save restore, soundtrack, wayfinder foundation, and waymark. Use the Godot console executable, headless, the project path, and one test script at a time. Stop on a non-zero exit. Every script prints its own pass line. Test narrow failures. They do not certify product feel. Relaunch at 1152 by 648. Use mouse and keyboard on all 4 wayfinder cards. Choose a non-default hero and read all 3 intro pages. Walk in 4 directions and inspect feet, arms, anchors, and idle. Test pond, fences, doors, prompt distance, 2 resident patrols, party, save, companion portrait, a complete battle, waymark celebration, save and continue, Moss Mere, its resident, queue, battle, and return route. Do not count journal or menu as complete tools. If a hero still slides, compare contact frames 0 and 3. If the same foot leads, repair those source poses before changing animation speed. Then compare passing frames 2 and 5. If the leg silhouette does not change, repair the pass. If the stride reads but the body hops, Compare head and ground anchors and normalize transparent bounce. Sprite bob and hand wiggle are not fallback animation systems. If an NPC crosses scenery, repair patrol offsets or collision-aware movement in the shared actor system. Do not disable world collision. If a prompt appears early, inspect visibility, overlap, distance, facing, and current map. If a prompt survives a doorway, clear nearby targets after map replacement and teleport. The label is only the symptom. The target filter and scene transition own the truth. If a panel looks like debug UI, do not shrink every font until the content fits. Name the panel's one job. Put that information in a bounded container. Align its label, value, icon, and focus outline to a shared grid. Remove duplicate instructions. Test at the real viewport, not a large editor preview. A useful HUD lets the player read the world first and consult information second. Choose one safe presentation experiment, a wayfinder accent color, one HUD spacing value, one resident pause length, or the title card position. Before editing, predict which screens will change. Make the smallest edit. Recheck title, intro, field, dialogue, party, and battle. This is how you leave tutorial dependency. Form a prediction, change one owner, and compare the actual result with your model. Close Godot and preserve Glimmergrove_ch15_original_art. Keep selected sources, derivatives, prompts, provenance. For appearance resources, scheme, to migration, walk and creature sheets, audio director, manifest, and 14 tests. Exclude .godot, exports, logs, private saves, captures, and temporary generations. The validated download below has SH250, 66E, 6B0617FF, 21D17FB4, EC 404E, 22 degrees Fahrenheit, 918A, 968 degrees Celsius, 9E9, ECCC 0CC17, EA 486CFB, 6C7DD 6608. Reuse this loop for every presentation upgrade. Integrate one reviewed asset through its owning resource or scene. Preserve a fallback. Predict the visible result. Run the smallest focused test. Inspect at gameplay scale. Repair the first failed ownership layer. Only then reuse the pattern. That discipline is slower than pasting a finished project and much faster than integrating 40 assets before discovering the first walk row never changed feat. The game now has authored presentation, but our development knowledge can still hide usability failures. In episode 16, we test like a player. We add the full slice smoke route and visual capture tools, inspect opening, field, dialogue, party, battle, save, and restoration at the real viewport. Document observable outcomes instead of vague impressions, and turn each failure into a small reproducible gait. Download both checkpoints below. And keep your Chapter 15 copy because the next lesson starts there.